Thanks for watching our tutorial on managing gold sponsors. Typically, a gold sponsor is a business or organization that has contributed to the marketing and distribution of Every.City materials. Each local government is provided 2 gold sponsors, and each Board of Education is provided 1. The contribution can be an in-kind contribution or a dollar amount, and the gold sponsor ad is a way to thank the gold sponsor. Managing a gold sponsor ad for a Board of Education is exactly the same as it is for a local government. The only difference is the number of gold sponsors provided. With that in mind, today's tutorial will be using a local government. So we have 2 different gold sponsors to use in our examples. When I start this tutorial, I'm already signed in and I've selected City Government in Cisco, Utah as my connection to manage. I'm using Cisco as it's a ghost town, so our tutorial today will not affect a real community. I have also opened a separate browser tab for the public Cisco website so we can quickly see the changes we will be making. I have opened a third browser tab for the website of our gold sponsor that we will be rewarding with an ad. From the dashboard, click on Gold Sponsors. That takes us to a list of our gold sponsors, and in this case, none have yet been created. So we will click Add New Gold Sponsor. That was easy. Now we have a gold sponsor to manage. Click the Manage link. Immediately, we notice that we have a placeholder graphic for our gold sponsor, but the default for a newly created gold sponsor ad is inactive until we are ready to make it live. We also see we have 3 choices: Modify Graphic, Modify Homepage Ad, and Weekday Ads. We will begin at Modify Graphic. We can now select the graphic ad from our computer. Click Choose File. Select the graphic file you want to use, keeping in mind the 180 width by 150 height provides the best proportions. If your graphic doesn't match those proportions, Every.City will do the best it can. Click Submit and your graphic ad will be loaded. Almost done. The only things left to do are to add the website address that should be displayed when someone clicks the ad and to also make the ad active. To do that, click the Modify Homepage Ad. Even though you will be tempted to enter the website address, it's a good idea to go to the sponsor's website and copy the address, including the HTTP prefix. Let's do that now. We will set the ad to point to our CitySpokes website. Copy the website address. We can now close the CitySpokes website as we don't need it anymore, and return to our dashboard. Paste the website address, make sure our ad is active, and click Submit. Let's switch back to the Cisco public website and see if it all works. Let's refresh the page. It all works perfectly. We are now done, so we can return to our dashboard, and then return to our main dashboard. And we can leave this alone for as long as we agreed to with the gold sponsor business. When the time expires, all we have to do is change the graphic ad for a new gold sponsor and change the website address it points to, or if we do not have a replacement gold sponsor, mark the ad inactive. Now let's talk about the third button, Weekday Ads. To do that, let's add our second and final gold sponsor by returning to our gold sponsors. Click Add New Gold Sponsor again. Okay, since we are a local government, we have now activated both our gold sponsors, so no more are available to us. We will now click Manage on the second gold sponsor. Now, instead of setting up an everyday ad like we just did, this time we will split the ad up into daily ads. By doing that, we can have another 7 gold sponsors, but their ad will only be displayed on the designated day you select. Click Weekday Ads. The really good news is the weekday ads work exactly the same way as the everyday ads work. You can see the same buttons here we saw for the everyday ad, and you know how to manage them, including the active status. The only difference is we need to turn on weekday ads to activate them, so we will click Modify Active Status. It's actually possible to set up this gold sponsor both ways, but only one way will be in effect. If you configure the everyday ad just like we did for the first ad, and you also set up weekday ads, the weekday ads active button will determine which mechanism is in effect. If weekday ads is set to active, the weekday ads will be displayed on the appropriate day of the week. Otherwise, the everyday ads will be displayed. The final concept to mention is if you activate weekday ads but only set up ads for some days, when a day of the week arrives for which you have not set up an active ad, no ad will be displayed. That wraps up our review of Gold sponsors. Remember, this is a great way to get started quickly as you will have the necessary funds to support your marketing initiatives. Thanks for watching our tutorial on managing Gold sponsors. And if you have any questions, please visit our support page. Check out our facts as well as our searchable knowledge base for even more answers. If you don't see what you are looking for, please submit your questions into our knowledge base. Thanks again.